Hello there guys, welcome back to the e-bike repairs YouTube channel. My name's Darsh and I take apart and fix super fun and exciting things. Today I've got this bike, excuse the background, it's all going on. It's a Wau bike because it's wow. And long story short, take out that screw, that screw, that screw, that screw, that one and that one just there. That box pops off, unplug the battery, unplug the antenna, and you're left with this lovely open space. This customer had an error 30, communication error problem. We deduced it was the controller, not the screen, so I'm in the process of replacing the controller. When you open the bike, you'll find this lovely thing, completely unlabelled, very helpful, and this, but in its controller case still, which is the controller for the bike. I've done some investigating of what the different wires and colours do from all the plugs and things, so that's quite handy. Things I can't retain, or I'm not going to retain, this alarm or tracker, I think it is, that the customer does not use. I've shown it now. It's got a light sensor, that's interesting, isn't it? Smart GPS tracker. Well, I'm not going to use that because he doesn't use it. What I'm doing is I'm replacing the lot with a KT controller. So this is just a street legal 250 watt controller that will be compatible with a lot of useful things, like the pedal sensor. I wanted to retain the integrated bottom bracket, external to the bottom bracket pedal sensor. There's no point replacing it if I can just use a controller that can take the input from it. What's interesting is that I can make all the lights work still. So we've got a side panel light on this side that lights up the Wau logo. And on the back of that one there's also one that lights up the Wau logo. We've got our rear light here and rear light there. And then the front light was broken separately. So the button still turns the lights on and off. And the indicators still indicate to each side, which is fantastic. That's not, well, it's proprietary, but you can be reused, which is really nice. So, wire-wise, what we've got coming up into here, I had this. This is the motor cable. So, 3 phase wires and 5 hall sensors and a speed sensor. That's bog standard, normal e-bike plug there. So that will plug straight into an extension lead, or you can break it out. We've got this, which I think is a Bafang 1T4 harness, which goes all through there and up to here. And I'm pretty sure it's Bafang, because it uses the screen is this way around as opposed to the screen having where's it gone, this connector on it here, which the screens normally end up with this connector, and then colour wise the harness seems to match. So you can reuse all this gubbins. New KT display up there. You can reuse the throttle, that's fine. What should I go through first? Let's try throttle wiring first. So the throttle goes into the 1T4 here, and I'm going to reuse this because it keeps all the handlebars neat and tidy, and it means I don't have to buy a new one. The customer doesn't have to pay for a new one, which is also kind of nice. So throttle-wise goes into here. I've kept this big plug here, and I've soldered directly to the controller. I don't know why I did, but I just did. It's not quite tidied up fully yet because I wanted to be able to show you. So out of the 1T4, what we're going to use is the white cable here is for, get that out of the way, the brake sensor. So that one there is brake sensor, and the black is ground, as to be expected. So I've got that wired to ground from the controller and up to the harness for the brakes, and also into the other side of the brake sensor for the bike, for the controller. So white and black are for the cut-off brake levers. What else? We've got the red cable here is 5 volts to the throttle, from the throttle to the throttle, whatever you want to call it. And then the signal for the throttle comes down on the blue wire from the 1T4 cable. And that goes into this for the signal for the KT, and that's obviously the ground that I've shared across everything because I might as well. What else? We've got the motor phase wires, that's normal. The motor hall sensors, that's normal. The battery cable just plugs straight in. And then the pedal sensor wires, it's a 6-pin connector in here, but I've traced them. and we've got our focus. This here on the right hand side of the screen over there is our 5 volts. So that's orange, not brown, orange. Black is ground, which is great, and that goes straight to ground. And then our signal is on the green, which goes to our signal wire, and that's on the cable here that runs from the pedal sensor over there, the cadence sensor. Now, this little box of tricks here is the lighting controller. So this integrates all the turn signals and doodads, and I'm not opening it. It feels like it's full of epoxy, and I won't be able to anyway. There's no labels, nothing at all, absolutely no anything on it at all. I checked underneath that stuff, and it's not there. So this plug here just goes to the other side panel light that's in there, so identical to this one. So you've got 2 of those, and they're just permanent 5 volts. We've got these 2 cables here. One goes to each of the rear lights, and it will let it do the brake. I don't think it's got brake lights, but it will do the indicators and red rear light over there on the back. And then this one here, that one there, goes to... Oh wait, hold on, I've got confused. No, I haven't. That one there goes to the button on the handlebars. So that has the on-off, which turns on and off, and it's also got the indicator switch on there. So I've kept all that the same, which is lovely. Now, to wire that up, you've got to take power from whatever your battery power source is. In this case, it's the direct from the battery. Just got it Wagoed in for now for testing. So the blue wire didn't seem to do anything. The black cable goes into battery negative, and the red and yellow cable goes into battery positive, and then it just works. So as long as your lighting controller was already working and it didn't break, lighting controller was working already and it didn't break, it just carries on working. So that's fantastic news. Aside from that, front light wise, I've wired that in on the KT display to, where is it? So I've got a lot of wires and it's very late. You can't see it here, but the if you want it on all the time the battery's on, you wire it to the red and black of the display. You do not touch the green and you do not touch the yellow. What I've got it wired into is the blue and black of the display, because when the display is turned on, it sends battery voltage back down the blue wire. So your black is your ground, and your blue carries the same battery voltage as the red wire, only when the display's on. So once I turn on the display here, so if I get it all in frame for you, then the light turns on at the same time. Just like that. And then when you turn it off, it turns it off. Nice and simple. Yeah, and that is how to wire up your aftermarket controller for your failed Wau bike system. This is bog standard. You can buy a cable to do this if you don't want to do it yourself, but these go to the same colours, and these go to the same colours when you chop the end off that cable, or if you want to reuse the existing motor wire plug here, like I'm going to do. See, in here it breaks out to the same colours, so you've got your big blue one, green one and yellow one hiding right down in there, and then the small wires, they're all the same colours basically, colour to colour. Match up the plugs, off to the races. I hope this helps somebody, because the company's gone out of business now. This is 2024, sort of halfway through. What are we, July? Yeah, July 2024. The company's gone, can't get parts, and this is going to become more common. Given that the battery's okay and the motor's okay, it's worth it to do this to the bike. I think I'm charging the customer about $250 total for working it out, doing it, warranting the parts and all that fun stuff, and of course supplying the parts. And yeah, his bike's going to work again, which is great. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope this helps, and you have a nice day. Bye-bye.